Black coffee, I'm in trouble. Black coffee, I see trouble. Man, I'm not gonna get home. Black coffee, I'm so dizzy. Black coffee, please get busy. Oh, now baby, you get home. Black coffee, I'm in trouble. I'm so dizzy. Please get busy. Man, I'm not gonna get home. Black coffee, I'm in trouble. I'm so dizzy.
Hello and welcome inside Leominster TV Studio A. This is Classic Countdown. I'm Todd Robbins. Rivals, competing with another for superiority in the same field of activity. Each year, the players and coaches of the Twin Cities stand on the shoulders of giants, in turn adding their chapter to the Leominster-Fitchburg rivalry through components blended together annually to renew this magnificent tradition. Each with a chance to leave their mark and earn the status of legend through their performance in the Thanksgiving Day Classic. As the Leominster-Fitchburg Thanksgiving football tradition has blossomed since its inaugural meeting in 1894, media coverage of the Classic has grown with the times. Starting with print media in two daily newspapers, the Fitchburg Sentinel and the Leominster Enterprise, to the advent of radio, where once three different radio stations, WLMS, WFGL, and WEIM, each offered their own play-by-play call of the annual Blue and Red Clash. Then came television, initially brought in from stations in the major media capital city of Boston, brought locally to the Twin Cities through Cablevision and the federal government's PEG access legislation of the late 1980s and early 1990s. Fitchburg Access Television became the first of the Twin City television stations offering both Fitchburg and Leominster annual coverage starting in the early 1990s. Almost a decade later, Thanksgiving Classic 1999 marked the first time the city of Leominster generated its own broadcast of this rivalry game for a television audience, initially through Cablevision Channel 36, which was transmitted from the Media Center at Leominster High School. Channel 36 would eventually join Channel 29 and a host of other numerals in what has since 2001 been known as Leominster Access Television, or today's Leominster TV. Much like I myself have aged since first taking the play-by-play mic as a 14-year-old freshman in 1999, so too has the personnel, technology, and even the branding of our broadcast coverage in Leominster. From LHS TV 36 to BDSN, the Blue Devil Sports Network, or Blue Devil Sports Night, to LATV's Action Sports, to LHS Football on Leominster TV. No matter what we've called it, our mission has been the same. Serve our community by bringing top quality coverage of each meeting between these two storied rivals into viewers' homes, especially those populations that so desperately want to take part and for one reason or another cannot make it to the game. Perhaps it's to celebrate with the players, parents, coaches, fans, and boosters of the blue and white and red and gray, so they can relive it all throughout their careers, and now for so many in the years that have followed, as their kids, grandkids, and great-grandchildren become part of the tapestry that is this region's historic athletic tradition. They can use this coverage to weave their and our shared history together. We celebrate this annual tradition by counting down day by day through the television coverage of each Thanksgiving meeting between Leominster and Fitchburg, breathing new life into games that live in our archive, leading to the kickoff of this season's next epic installment of Leominster battling Fitchburg. Through the magic of digital technology, we bring you Classic Countdown. November 26th, 2009, the 126th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg from Crocker Field. Labeled with the brand of LATV's Action Sports, shot direct to DVD and preserved in our archive. Remastered by our archivist Jack Selly, we bring you this game with the original play-by-play call of Ed Cataldo. In-game analysis provided by Larry Buzzato. Classic Countdown presents the 104th Thanksgiving Day Classic.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Doyle Field.
And good morning and happy Thanksgiving to all out in TV land. You're watching LATV Action Sports from Crocker Field for the 126th annual meeting of the Fitchburg Red Raiders taking on the Leominster Blue Devils. And of course with me this morning, my partner has been all year long, Mr. Larry Brizzato. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, Ed. It's a great day for football. I'll tell you, it's an honor to be here today.
We're going to take a quick pause for the national anthem. Again, a beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, and that was played together with the Fitchburg Marching Band and the Leominster Marching Band, which they do on Thanksgiving. Larry, we've got a game going to be started. Any insights before we get going?
Well, I think it's, I always try to look for some keys, and they're always basic, but for Leominster, it is basic. Basic execution, what I like to call beat your man, right? BYM, they got to be scrappy out there. They got to do it on every play. Obviously, turnovers are going to be a factor in a game like this with the weather, so there has to be ball protection, hang on to the ball, no turnovers, and penalties, of course, the last thing.
Right.
Keep your penalties to a minimum.
Well, you know, looking through the season long, and Leominster, you know, they do try to run a run game 80-90% of the time. Field, you were down on the field this morning. Any conditions that the field is in? We've had a lot of rain the last few days.
It's in good condition. Actually, I was talking to Coach Mercier before the game, and they went through it, and they said it's in good shape. It's good for the running game, and it's pretty solid too. So it's good for the receivers when they make their cuts on the pass patterns. So that's going to come in. That's going to be a play in the game.
Fitchburg comes in with a 5-5 record, I believe it is, and Leominster is
4-6.
4-6. So, and they've had some common opponents, and the scores have been all over the board. It's hard to believe that these two teams have come together, and if we had a total point scored against and point forward, I think it'd be very interesting. So we're going to have quite a battle here this morning.
One of the stats that I looked at is points scored per game and points allowed per game, and for Fitchburg, points scored per game 16. For Leominster, 17. All right. Points allowed per game, Fitchburg 18. Leominster 19.
Wow. So it is pretty close.
It is very close.
I was just guessing at one point, and it turned out to be very, very close. Well, Leominster won the coin toss today, so they will be receiving. Leominster in their full blue uniforms and Fitchburg in the traditional red and gray. We are going to have at the end of the game today, I'd like to mention this, the Fitchburg and Leominster Lions have got together and created what they call the traveling plaque. And it's a plaque which is going to list the game that is played on Thanksgiving, traditional game, and the winning team and the winning score will be engraved on the plaque, and that plaque will be kept in the winning school for that year. And then the following Thanksgiving, it'll be brought to the game, and the winning team will receive that plaque to take back to their school for the year. And I'd like to thank just a couple of people that really involved with Peter Lavoie from the Leominster Lions and Karen Connor Frajo from the Fitchburg Lions. They've worked very hard behind the scenes. Karen's husband, George, was a Navy corpsman attached to the Marine unit when he was in the service. He's done a lot of work behind the scenes. And also, I'd like to thank Joseph Jewelers for helping out with this the plaque and getting it ready for today's game. So that's going to be interesting. We'll do that at the end of the game, and the winning team will receive that plaque.
You know, it's interesting because not that this game needs any more incentive for the team to win, to want to win, but that's just going to add more excitement, more incentive to this game to take that plaque home every year.
Absolutely. We were kidding Karen a little bit before that. I said, well, if Leominster wins it, then it can just stay in Leominster for the next 36 years because that's how many petitions are on the plaque. We're just about to get underway here at Crocker Field. A little overcast day, but the field's in pretty good shape. Here's the opening kickoff of the 126th meeting, and it's taken by the backup quarterback, Carrigan. Carrigan brings it across the 40-yard line. A nice return for Carrigan just about the 44-yard line, so the Blue Devils start out with great field position.
I believe that was a planned kick. It's a little slippery out there, so they wanted to see what Leominster could handle the ball in that first kickoff. And obviously they protected the ball. That was a good play. They have good field position.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils on their own 44-yard line. Just getting underway at the 126th meeting of these two teams on Turkey Day, and we are at Crocker Field bringing you this great game. Should be a good one. Ludden quarterbacking for the Blue Devils, and I backfield. They have splits left and right. Ludden takes his first man right up the middle. And some hard hitting going on already.
That's good yardage, though. In the first play, there was a little hole on the left-hand side of the offensive line there. They did a nice job, gave them enough room to get through there, and they got 6 yards on that play, 5 or 6 yards.
Malik Daniels on the carry, 5'11", 165-pound senior. And he's been a workhorse for the Blue Devils most of the year. Again, you know, Larry, one game we saw that Ludden never ran to the sidelines for every play, and they seem to really move an offense. And today they're back to having Ludden run all the way down, talking to the coach, and then turning it back in. So let's see what happens with it. 2nd and about 3 yards. Ball's just about the 50-yard line. The Devils trying to get things going. Motion man right side, straight dive again to Daniels. Daniels right up the middle. One man to run over. Daniels takes it down across the 40 to around the 35-yard line, and a big run by Malik Daniels.
Same play to the right side as they ran in the first play, and they got something going there to start the game. Offensive line did a great job opening up the hole. Ryan DeMar in there and James Langan, I believe, on that side of the ball with Salisbury at center. But that was nice. Offensive line is looking good, and the backs are hitting the holes hard. So
the Blue Devils pick up another first down. They're on the move against Fitchburg. Ball sitting on the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Blue Devils. Just underway. 8:44 to go. First quarter, first possession of the game. And the Blue Devils want to keep the ball. Again, it's Malik Daniels right up the middle. Found something, stay with it. And Daniels just pounds it away. And we got a little action going on inside between the number 53 of the Red Raiders and number 89, I think it is.
That's good. Number 89, or was that 88? Devontae Proctor kept his poise, and that Fitchburg guy was mouthing off to him, but maintaining poise, that's key in this game because you got to stay focused and you got to execute, and that's what they're doing.
If they're playing replays, we don't have a monitor in front of us today, but we're going to work that out. So if they're playing a replay, we don't talk about it. Sorry. So it's 2nd and about 2 yards for the Blue Devils. Straight dive up the middle again. Number 12 for the Blue Devils. He pounds his way forward. It's going to be close depending on the mark. The side official's coming in. It looks like he's going to mark it for a first down. Number 12 for the Blue Devils running it is Geraldo Rivera, and it is enough for first down. So the Blue Devils are making first downs at will.
That was a nice run by him. You know, there was good blocking up front, but he had that second effort. He almost got stopped, and we see in the replay that he just pushed and kept his feet going and made good yardage.
So it's 1st and 10, ball sitting on the Fitchburg 25-yard line. Blue Devils seem to be moving. I'm not going to jinx them, but they seem to be moving the ball fairly well right up the middle. Again, Ludden quarterbacking for the Blue Devils. Looking to bring the Blue Devils down again. It's Malik Daniels, and he's finally stacked up in the backfield. Although they had a blitz on because it looks like there's 2 linebackers on Daniels' head.
Yeah, there was nothing there that time. Good defense.
Tyler Robar on the tackle for the Red Raiders, 6 foot, 200-pounder, sophomore.
Well, that was good. I mean, Leominster is going to keep running that play, left, right, until it gets stopped. They stopped it, so there's plenty of other rabbits in their hat to pull out.
That's for sure. Loss of 1 on the play. It's now 2nd and 11. Ball's back to the 26-yard line. Daniels to the right side again. He's tripped up, gets back to about and maybe gained 2 yards on the play. It's going to be now 3rd and about 9.
Sets up a passing situation. I see Fitchburg has gone to their goal line defense. So this could be a good opportunity to get somebody behind those linebackers and get in there for a score.
Fitchburg putting in some of the bigger people up front. C.J. Jones, number 75, coming into the game. He's a freshman, 5'10", 275 pounds. So they're going to put Wolford in there. That's kid looks like Wolford, just a big body. Here's a big third down for the Blue Devils. It's 3rd and 9. Ball sitting on the Fitchburg 24-yard line. Ludden steps back, rolls right. Ludden's going to try to roll. He stepped up, threw it down the middle, and dropped. Oh, had enough for a first down. Looked like he was going to run before he caught it. That was Jared Wilborn, the senior, 5'11", 185, and just got a little anxious. You know, Larry, the nerves run a little high today in this game.
Yeah, because Jared's usually short-handed, and like you said, he's just probably wanted to run with the ball before he got it, but that was a well-executed play. He was open, and that would have been a first down.
Yeah, it was a great call by Leominster staff. It was wide open. He did have some green, and looked like he turned his head to see where he could run just before it bounced off his chest plate. Well, it's now 4th down and 9. Leominster sets up to go for the first down. Ludden dropped the ball on a bad snap. Ball came out quickly. I don't know if Ludden was ready for it. We have a penalty flag on the right side, so this may save Leominster if it's against Fitchburg. Let's see what the penalty is. Get the official to give us our indication.
Was it illegal procedure?
We're going to get it right now. It is illegal procedure against Leominster. Going to be declined, so Fitchburg takes over. 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line. Big stand by the Raiders.
Well, at the outset of the game, one of the things I mentioned was penalties and turnovers, and on that play there we had 2. And those are the type of things that will prevent Leominster from winning this game. But that's okay. They move the ball well. It's early in the game. We'll see what they do on defense.
So the Fitchburg Red Raiders come out 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line. First possession for the Raiders. 5:56 to go in the first quarter. Raiders straight dive left side, trying to push it forward. Blue Devil defense steps up. They're going to gain maybe 2 yards after they push him back. Official comes in on the sideline. We're going to give him a 2-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Ball's just across the 25-yard line.
You know, Fitchburg is not hiding anything. I mean, we know what they're coming with. They're going to run up the middle, and they're going to try it often. And Leominster was ready for that. The defense is set up and looked good. That defensive play looked good.
Number 7, Kyle Phillips, quarterbacking. He's a junior, 6'1", 180 pounds for Fitchburg. He's had a good season. Fitchburg mainly looks to run the ball. Had twins in the backfield, 1 split to the right, 2 tight ends, so they've got a big line up front. There's a little inside misdirection play. We got a hole in 45, which was missed, and a nice job by number 6 of the Blue Devils coming up hard, which is Jerry Wilborn, to make that stop.
Nice defense. You know, they strung it out. Fitchburg had the guard and tackle pulling, but they were able to stay with them. We see both the left and left guard and tackle pulling there. They had good pursuit. Come over and made the play quickly. Closed. Nice job, number 6.
Gain of 2 on the play. It's now 3rd and we'll say 3rd and 7 for the Raiders. Ball just across the 25 to about the 27, 28-yard line. So a big 3rd down for the Raiders and a big 3rd down for the Blue Devil defense. Draw play right up the middle. It's going to be close depending on the mark. He's trying to scoot forward, but the official's going to mark it about 1.5 yards to 2 yards short. So it's going to be 4th and we'll say a long 1. Big call for the Fitchburg Red Raiders here. They're deep. The ball's across the 30-yard line, about the 33-yard line.
I would not put a fake punt past him here.
Coach Cosenza is famous for pulling those off, and especially in these big Thanksgiving Day games. He's done that a few times. And I think Fitchburg's going to call. Let's see what they're going to call.
I think first we're going to see him try to draw him off sides, right? And then they may go for the fake punt.
They're going to bring in the stakes.
Did you say stakes?
Well, we have this timeout. I don't have my monitor, so I'll take it from Andre. We'd love to thank our sponsors, The Learning Curve, the Carroll's Insurance Agency, MP Crowley Company, Garapi Furniture Corporation, the Il Camino Restaurant, Ken's Classics Cab, the Academy for Little People, Sal's Pizza, and of course, Ferguson's Landscaping. So as you see down on the field, they're just shy of the first down by about half a yard. Please visit our sponsors. They've done a lot for us. They will also be sponsoring. We're going to do a few boys basketball games and girls basketball games this year, and our sponsors will be carried all the way through, so we appreciate it. Fitchburg a 4th and about 1 back in punt formation. Again, you don't want to jump offside, as Larry said.
Watch the ball.
The ball moves, then you go. And let's see, they don't snap it right to that back. And Ray's not trying to pull. It's blocked. It was blocked by number 17, O'Connor. And the ball rolls across the 45-yard line and about the 46-yard line. So a good job by number 17, Kevin O'Connor, sophomore, 6'1", 175, got a hand on that ball, and the Blue Devils again start out in similar field position where they did their first series of downs.
O'Connor came in there, nice play. I mean, I think this is the first time I've seen a block punt executed for Leominster this season, and that was done perfectly.
O'Connor came in from the left side and put his hand on the ball, and that's all it takes. You know, it was nice that he didn't come in and aim at the kicker's leg. He came across the front of the kicker about 1.5 yards in front, so if he misses the ball, he's not going to get him, so that's done well. 1st and 10 Blue Devils on the Fitchburg 45-yard line. 3 minutes, 45 seconds to go, first quarter. Ludden drops back, 2 fakes, going to throw the ball long. He's got a man deep, number 3, May catches in. Nice catch, number 3, down around the 4-yard line. Catching that ball was Brett Starl. Boy, I tell you, his eyes must have been as big as saucers because that ball was floating a long time, and boy, he looked that into his chest plate.
He was wide open for a while, and good pass blocking up front by the line. Well executed play. Look at the time he has back there.
Ludden really hung in there too. He just waited, then he let it fly.
Excellent play. Isha, statistician, how many? 41 yards on that one?
41 yards.
That's a big play. Big plays like that win games.
Ball's down on about the 4-yard line. It's 1st and goal from the 4. Blue Devils trying to get it in. Now they're in the red zone. You've got to be careful, squeeze the ball. Number 12 right up the middle is going to bring it down to about the 1-yard line. Carrying the ball, okay, is Geraldo Rivera, and he brought it down to the 1. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1. Blue Devils setting the tone early and put that ball up.
I tell you, that offensive line is coming off that ball hard. They're coming off hard and low. They got their feet chugging. The backs are running hard. Right now, offense is running on all cylinders.
Salisbury comes out center. Big Ryan Salisbury, 6'1". Yeah, that's Kyle Sanders. He's 6'3". Number 36 right up the middle, walked in, almost untouched. The Blue Devil line pushed the Fitchburg Raiders back in the end zone.
Oh, you can see that, Ed. You can see that all over the place. They just plowed him right out of there.
Cortez Ludden on the carry for the 6 points, and the Blue Devils draw first blood. We don't want too much red around here because there's enough red, but blood is red, so. Blue Devils now setting up for the single-point conversion. Kicking number 14 is Adrian Mascaradas. He's got a pretty sure leg, so I'm going to give him the point already. Snap is down, it's up, and it's good. Well, Leominster takes the 7-0 lead on the second possession on a 41-yard touchdown pass, 41-yard pass down to the 1-yard line, and then a 1-yard plunge, and the Blue Devils lead 7-0.
Let's take a look at this play again, Ed, and you see the surge by that Blue Devil offensive line. I mean, that's just outstanding. They're low, their legs are chugging. That's a teaching film right there. That's a teaching play. Excellent, and excellent camera work.
Nice job, fellas. We'd like to, again, thank our camera people, our whole staff today. And we'll get to our sponsors if he has that on the screen already. Of course, our producer, as always, and director, Andre Koroscani, our replay producer, Ben Arsenault, Mark Lavasser on our game camera, Sean Reardon on a replay camera. And we don't have our end zone camera today because we just don't have the gentleman here today. And we did have a little issue before the game with well, I shouldn't say a coach, but I'm going to say it anyways. Our crew gets here early. They were here 7:30 on Thanksgiving morning. It was still due right in. They set everything up, tents, got our cameras all set up, and we were ready to go. And Mr. Toomley from Fitchburg just yelled up at us and said, "Move your cameras. I need a spot." And he told us if we didn't like it, we could go on the other side of the field and video from. So we didn't have a very pleasant time at Fitchburg High, and an apology would be granted. So Leominster kicking to the to the Red Raiders, down, taking about the 20-yard line, across the 30-yard line, well, just shy of the 30-yard line, and a swarm of blue takes down the red and gray and throws them to the turf. Fitchburg takes over 1st and 10 on their own 29-yard line.
Well, the defense came out the first series. I believe they were three and out.
It was
3 and out, yeah.
They had to punt that ball, and that's where Leominster blocked that punt and took it down and scored.
Now, the key here, among other things, is consistency, right? And you hear about it all the time. You can do good on one series. You can do good on 2 series. You can have some big plays. But to win a big game like this, you got to do it the whole time. Consistency.
You know, Larry, well, we'll talk about it. I'll talk about it right after this play. Fitchburg sets up an I formation to run the right side. Blocked inside. Nice job by number 6, just cutting that out. That man might have gone all the way. Number 6 for the Blue Devils on the tackle is Jared Wilborn.
Yeah, they sealed that off pretty good on the outside on the right side of that Blue Devil defense. Devils have to get more scrappy. You know, they got to be scrappy on those type of plays. They got to be clawing,
Shed
grabbing.
those blocks and get her out of there. We do have a flag on the play, and it's going to be.
That's good. That's
So
good for Leominster. Excuse me.
They're going to eliminate that run. It's a, I believe what they call it was, an off false start. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. They're going to move it back 5. Ray Kazenza out questioning the coaches. So it's going to be now 1st and 15. Ball's moved back to the 25-yard line. We have the official today that has a mic on, and it comes over the PA system. We weren't privy to that, or else we would have piped it in for you. But we have to remember where we are. So 1st and 15 for the Raiders from their own 25-yard line. 2:26 to go. First quarter. Blue Devils lead 7-0. And Coach Kazenza was in the ear of the official. I believe Fitchburg calls a timeout. Well, they didn't have something right. And they're going to talk it over. While we have this short break, we'd love to thank our sponsors. The Learning Curve, the Carroll's Insurance Agency, MP Crowley Company, Garrity Furniture Corporation, the Il Camino Restaurant, Ken's Classic Scab, the Academy for Little People, Sal's Pizza, and of course Ferguson's Landscaping. If you'd like to become a sponsor, give LATV a call and we'll gladly set you up and give you some nice airtime. Fitchburg quickly out of their timeout, ready to go. 1st and 15 from the 25-yard line. Quick pitch to the left side. Nice job. Ludden almost had him. Nice job by O'Connor coming up, but they just stuffed him out of bounds. And a great job. Ludden almost had him.
Excellent defense. You know what? That's the way defense needs to be played. You see Ludden coming up there, and he's up there. He's forcing the play, right? And what's even better is you got 45 coming in, right? You got another guy coming in, 17 coming in. And here comes the rest of the Blue Devils. Excellent defense. Great pursuit. That's the way the game's played.
Good job by the Blue Devil defense, and no gain on the play. It's still going to be 2nd and 15. Ball moved up just about the 26-yard line, so we'll give them a half a yard. Fitchburg can't do much against this Blue Devil defense. They seem to be swarming all over the red and gray. Phillips pitching right sides. Ludden turns it in again, and well, I'll tell you, I think it was number 58. Let me get the number because it was 58, which is Ryan Salisbury. He actually was being blocked. He took the blocker and himself and ran over the running back and knocked him to the ground.
Yeah, Ludden was there, and here comes 44 and 25 and 45. It's a party on the quarterback.
What a great time that is.
I tell you, the defense. When you're playing defense, you get excited about things like that, and you know their blood's flowing. They're getting goosebumps right now.
So it's 3rd and 15. No gain on the play. Quarterback drops in the slot, throws it out. This may be intercepted, and it's going to be overthrown. Number 21 for the Blue Devils was just drawing a bead on that dead quail he threw out there, which is Michael Vinziano. Got it right this time.
Good job, Ed.
Well, his grandfather called me again and told me I better get that right.
You got the pressure being put on him there. Vincente. And I missed the other guy, but nice pass defense. You got 3 guys out there, right? Nice work.
So Red Raiders 4th and 15 back at punt formation, going to kick the ball. He got away a little quicker this time. Beautiful spiral kick. And Ludden and
upfield.
Running south, and Red Raiders are going to corral him and take him down about, they're going to mark it just about the 30-yard line. So it's a good kick from about the 15-yard line, bring the Blue Devils back to their own 30, where they'll start their 3rd drive. Jared Wilborn, number 6, on the carry, and there was a little confusion. Curtis Ludden looked like he was going to field that, but.
Well, it's easy to say it watching the replay that, you know, you got to go north and south, and he didn't do that, but I couldn't do it either, so I won't say much about that play.
A lot of times there's a lot of green grass, but it closes fast, so sometimes you put your head down and go straight forward. First and 10, Blue Devils on their own 30-yard line. 1:13 to go first quarter. 7-0 Blue Devils. Right side. Daniels again. Daniels just spinning like a top. He's across the 35 to about the 37-yard line.
Wow, that looked good. You know, and Salisbury's out there making some room, knocking people around. Ferguson pulled. Yeah, a nice pile of bodies there. And he just spun, like you said, Ed, and made those extra yards on his own effort.
7-yard gain on the play. It's 2nd and 3 for the Blue Devils. Ball's just across the 35-yard line to the 37. Blue Devils I formation, twins to the left side. Straight dive up the middle and just pounding. This is smash mouth football right now, Larry.
Sure is. That's Blue Devil football right there. Straight at you.
Geraldo Rivera on the carry for enough for first down.
And like I said at the beginning of the game, beat your man. Each one of these guys has to beat their man, and that's exactly what they're doing. And we can see that clearly on the replays when it goes into slow motion. You see the Blue Devils just overpowering the Red Raiders. And the thing is, like I said, and I'll say it again, consistency. You got to keep doing this the whole game.
Well, 6 seconds unofficially running on the clock to see if the Blue Devils run a play. Ludden's looking at the clock, and he's just going to let it run out, I believe. And he does. Well, there's a good sign. You know, quarterbacks are aware of what's going on with the clock and why run a play when you don't have to. Blue Devils take a 7-0 lead after the first quarter at Crocker Field. You're watching LTV Action Sports. I'm Ed Cattell along with Larry Brizzato, and we're here at Crocker Field bringing you the 126th meeting of the Fitchburg Red Raiders Leominster Blue Devils.
Interesting stat from Ish, Ed, in this first quarter. LHS had 5 first downs, Fitchburg 0.
Fitchburg can't seem to get the ball moving, and Leominster had a couple of chances, and they stalled on their first drive, but the second drive with a long pass and then just the power up the middle, and the Blue Devils have pushed the Red Raiders back into their own territory. I don't think the Red Raiders have seen the other side of the 50-yard line on any offense yet.
But as we know, this game, anything can happen. It's early, and comes down to consistency, execution. Keep doing what they're doing because right now it's working.
Well, we have this short timeout again. We'd love to thank our sponsors, The Learning Curve, the Carroll's Insurance Agency, MP Crowley Company Incorporated, Garrity Furniture Corporation, the Il Camino Restaurant, Kent's Classic Scab, the Academy for Little People, Sal's Pizza, and of course Ferguson's Landscaping. Now, you know why the reason that Leominster's up 7-0? Because Barry Skoll is not here. Barry Skoll went golfing this morning instead of coming to this game. We'll get back to the action. Malik Daniels again up the middle, gain of, let's say 4. We got a fight going on a little bit on the right side. Number 3 for the Raiders and number 6 for the Blue Devils got tangled up. Jerry Wilborn, he went out to make a block, and he was probably 30 yards down the field, and they were kind of rolling around together, but they both got up and separated, so there'd be no penalties.
That's downfield blocking, isn't it?
That was really downfield blocking. That was almost in the center of Fitchburg when that block was made. So it's 2nd down and about 7. Gain of 3 on the last play. Ball's on the right hash mark. Blue Devils trying to see if they can use the other end of the field now and move that down. Ludden kept it, spun around. Ludden broke it loose. Ludden, nice movement, both sides. Ludden across the 45-yard line. They're going to mark him about the 44-yard line, and it's going to be another first down for the Blue Devils.
He is scrappy, isn't he?
It looked like a broken play. I don't know whether they were going to run an option or not. He pulled it off the hip of the fullback and decided, I better put this away and go. And it's exactly what he did. He's scrappy. He knows how to move, and he got himself another first down for the Blue Devils.
Yeah. You know what's happening here? I'm looking at this offensive line. They just right now they're overpowering the defensive line. They're winning the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and you can see the Fitchburg line. I mean, it's early in the game, and they already look dejected. They're kind of milling around, and the spunk seemed to go out of them. Well, 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils on the Fitchburg 44-yard line. Malik Daniels again, just luckily he tripped a little bit. He might have broken that one until he's across the 40. They're going to mark it just about the 40-yard line, so it's a 5-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Over Ferguson and Tossie. And there was just a little hole there, but it was enough for him to squeeze through and get those yardage. I mean, so that's great effort. A good back, and you know this better than I do because you played on the offensive line. if you get a hold, even if it's a small one, a good back can get through there.
Absolutely. They look at the hips of the linemen and they see that little break, and they've got to make those cuts. And we block one way and they break the other way. And these two guys are really doing a great job today. And we got a penalty, and probably going to have, we got a lot of action going on now inside. Fitchburg trying to make some people pay for what's going on, but anytime there's a whistle, it's easy to make a hit like that. Good crowd today. It's filled in pretty well. It's not like the olden days where you couldn't get in the building, but there is a good crowd. The day turned out to be nice, a little cloudy, overcast, but still nice.
That's the second penalty on the Devils for, what was that?
I believe it was illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure, yes.
And they moved it back 5 yards, so now it's 2nd and 10. Ball moved back to the 45-yard line of the Raiders. Clock is running, 7:44 to go in the first half. We hope you enjoyed your turkey. See how I played that? Because we're going to be on at 3 o'clock, so it's now 10:30.
People are sleeping now. Right? Taking a nap.
Ludden, straight drop back, 6 steps, going long. He's got a man over the top and just out through him. Had him going long, and I think they were looking for the inside shoulder. Ludden threw it to the outside shoulder, and Daniels, I believe it was Malik Daniels, and he had to change his stride, and that just put him down a little bit, but Ludden threw it a long way.
That was close. Good blocking up front, and nice pass. Nice pattern. I mean, it was there. It was just off by a couple inches.
Well, last time we saw Leominster throw this many passes, they blew the team out of the water. It's a good mixture of going on here today with the runs, because the runs are so strong. You get them to come up on defense because you're going to run, and then you throw that pass. And both times now the receiver's been wide open.
Those are long passes. I like to see something, mix it up with some intermediate short passing.
3rd down and 10, shotgun formation, triples to the left side, doubles to the right. Ludden steps up in the pocket. Ludden's going to let it fly again. He's got a man wide open. If he catches it, he's in. The defender fell down for Fitchburg, number 26 for the Blue Devil. That's Kyle Sanders, sophomore, 6'1", 170, and he was wide open. Ludden just a little bit strong.
That was just missed, huh?
It was. If he'd have floated, the guy probably would have run underneath it, but Ludden was under a lot of pressure, and he stepped up into the pocket and let it fly and just threw it wide. So it's 4th and 10 on the 45-yard line. So the Blue Devils will have to return the ball to the Raiders.
This can shift the field position. I'm not a very astute offensive player because I play defense, but I would think that those type of passes are going to set up something short, right? For a receiver to run a short pattern.
Exactly. We just had a block in the back. Here's Fitchburg going out the right side. He had a good running start.
That was a penalty right there.
They did get it.
Flag coming in, yeah.
Yeah, they did get it. Good call.
I was wondering when we were going to see that one.
You'll probably see it on the replay that we'll let Larry do that one for you, because I can't see the monitor.
Here we go.
It is a block in the back, so you'll see it.
Yeah, we saw it on the replay. It went by quick, but Tossie come in there and made the play anyway. But that'll put the Raiders back in the hole, exactly where we want them.
They had a good return down. It was placed down around the 44-yard line, 45-yard line, and now it's going to be taken all the way back from the penalty down to about the 14-yard line. So that put Raiders deep in their hole now. Trying to not squeeze my cameraman out of the way here. I forget they're there. They do such a great job, and all these shots that you get are just fantastic work by our camera people and our producers, and I'll tell you who they are in a minute. I think you already know. So the Red Raiders 1st and 10 on their own 15-yard line, 2nd quarter.
Big hole.
Left side, stepped up. Ludden came in and just dove at the feet and kind of tripped him up. Across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 2.
That was well executed by Fitchburg's part. Had some good blocking up front, gave him 8 yards on that one.
That's probably one of the longest gains that Fitchburg has had today on a running play of 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Phillips quarterbacking for the Red Raiders. Second man right up the middle. And defense.
That's more like it.
Let's see who's on the bottom of that pile. We have 44 and looks like Ludden, number 2. That is Curtis Ludden. That kid's a workhorse, from quarterback, and he makes a lot of tackles. He's all over the field.
Who was like that last year, if you can recall?
O'Connor.
O'Connor, yes, he was.
Yep.
He was like in on every play of every play of the game.
Yep. Pat O'Connor, and went on to play some college ball, and talked with his dad and said he did well. He's having some fun. And this is his brother, number 17, Kevin, who's looks just like him and plays just like him. So it's now 3rd and 2. Raiders on a quick pass across the middle. Nice defensive play again. Who is it? Ludden. Ball timed it just perfect. The receiver tried to catch it. Ludden popped him. The ball went out of his hands. So
Nice
now
play.
it's 4th and 2. Fitchburg's going to have to kick the ball away. You don't want to give Leominster the ball down in this area. I wouldn't think Coach Cosenza would even think about doing that.
Leominster's got to keep their poise, stay on side, be ready for the trickery.
A quick snap to the fullback might just do it here, but you got some beef in the middle up front, and I'm sure these guys have been schooled on don't go for the fake, look where the ball snapped. And if it does, if you do kick it, then we'll deal with it. It's a high snap. That's going to go in the end zone. A possible touchdown or a safety. Let's see who grabs the ball. It's still loose. Looks like Leominster's got the ball for a touchdown. They do. A touchdown for the Blue Devils. Talk about capitalizing on a mistake.
That's what it is. Hey, big game like this, you have a turnover, it can cost you the game.
I'm not sure who got that because a couple people did get it, but maybe you can get the number on the replay. Maybe it was 25. We'll give the kudos to whoever grabbed that one, but boy, they came in a hurry. And
we're going to see the replay now. That was way over his head. Here comes Jared, and then number 25.
Okay, it was 25. Number 25 getting his touchdown was Nicholas Wilford, junior, 5'7", 175. We're down set for the single-point conversion. The kick is up, and it's out into Water Street, and it's good. Well, the Blue Devils have really capitalized on a major mistake by the Raiders. Instead of getting the ball down around midfield, they get a touchdown and an extra point to lead 14-0 with 5:36 to go in the first half at Crocker Field.
That's
wow.
like a suicide right there. You just can't make mistakes like that in a big game like this. And they paid for it.
Yes, they did. I hope the Fitchburg play cam got that. Well, we have this quick break. We'd love to thank our sponsors. The sponsors have always and have been with us all year and will be with us through the whole sports season. It's the Learning Curve, the Carroll's Insurance Agency, Garrity Furniture Corporation Incorporated, the Il Camino Restaurant, Ken's Classics Cab, the Academy for Little People, Sal's Pizza, and of course Ferguson's Landscaping. They've done a nice job with us. We will be on today at, well, 3 o'clock, because if you're watching it, you know, and we've announced that at our last game. If you want to become a sponsor, please call LATV, talk to Jack, Kyle, and we'll set you right up and we'll have some fun. And a special thanks goes out to Sal's Pizza for all they've done for us this year. We've probably, the whole staff and everybody has gained 5 or 6, 7 pounds because of the pizzas and calzones and logs and cakes that they've sent over. So, hey, visit Sal's Pizza. Here's the kick for the Blue Devils, just underway. Going to take it down on the run, dropped, ball's loose, and Fitchburg, boy, I'll tell you, they dodged a bullet there because the ball was dropped and was recovered about the 29-yard line, and that would have been really a nail in the coffin if Fitchburg had given the ball up there.
I wonder, Ed, we haven't seen those, or I don't recall seeing those short kicks by Leominster. They've always, in the past games, they've had long kicks getting down to into the 20-yard line. So these first couple of kickoffs appear to be shorter.
I don't know whether it's the footing that's out there. Maybe he can't plant it. He looks like he's scooping the ball with his foot, and, but maybe that's the design kick. They don't want to get it to the deep backs. So
right.
Maybe they've got some running backs back there.
Good point.
So 1st and 10 Raiders on their own 29-yard line. Second quarter, Raiders right up the middle, plugged up for a minute and just kind of missed the tackle in the middle, one of the linebackers, and finally taken down. We're on a gain of about 5 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Salisbury, and that's number 25.
Nicholas Wilford. Well, the band's playing, the nice day, the turkeys are cooking. Happy Thanksgiving to all that are watching. Fitchburg again, 2nd and 5, right side.
I like the
just
defense.
Just stuffed. Salisbury takes a shot in the back after the whistle. Nothing was called, but Salisbury's just blowing people into the backfield.
I tell you, they got some good stunts going on up front. Watch this, number 40. Yeah. But they had a nice stunt. Number 45 came over from the right side, stunted over to the left, bang, right in the hole. It was nice. Nice defense there, all the way around. Right. Number 45, that's Vincente.
Ryan Salisbury just blowing the linemen back into the backs, and then they just clean house with them. So the loss of 3 on the play. It's 3rd and 7. Quarterback drops back to
Screen.
pass. They got a screen right side. Played very well. And guess who? Number 8, just right on top of it, Malik Daniels. Gain of 1 yard on the play. They had it set up, but Daniels read it right and just broke through and made that tackle.
It's a riot out there on defense, Ed.
Boy, they're having fun. You can see it. They are having fun on defense.
Maybe we could sneak in at halftime and get in there.
Oh, no, I saw you play in that game, and I'm not getting hurt.
Then the defense will be in trouble, right? Yeah, this is fun. This is fun football, yeah.
4th and 5 now. The Raiders having trouble moving the ball against that tough defense. Raiders gets the kickoff. End over end kick is going to be taken down just about the 30-yard line. And he's taken down a gain, maybe going to give him a 3-yard return, so good coverage by the Raiders. Jared Wilborn with the return, and the Blue Devils take over 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line. 3 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the first half. Blue Devils lead 14-0.
Enough for a long, methodical drive, eat up the clock on the half, and score.
Well, we'd love to see the Blue Devils going with a 21-point lead, and 3 minutes, 38 seconds is plenty of time for the way the Blue Devil offense has been working that ball. Raiders just kind of milling around and heads down and thinking about eating crow rather than turkey.
That's a crow, isn't it?
That's a crow. 1st and 10, Blue Devils. Ludden again quarterbacking as always for the Blue Devils. Second man right side. Got a lot of open space. 1-man block. Kicked it outside, puts his arm out, across the 50, and finally run out of bounds.
We have a penalty.
Daniel Malik, and we're going to have a hold against Leominster. Ouch.
I don't know about that, but I can't see it all. Neither can we. That's why those referees get paid to do this.
That was a nice way of saying that, Larry.
Yeah, I caught myself.
Yeah.
Because I always watch the offensive line, and I saw Ferguson pulled, Tossie pulled.
Look at
nice
61.
block.
61, they're saying.
61? Yeah, okay. I guess. But you know what? I don't think they should call holding. Especially on a play like that.
Now, if it was the other way around, should they call it?
Of course.
Absolutely.
That hurts.
Yeah, that was a big play. And instead of the ball being around the 49-yard line, it's moved all the way back to the 23-yard line. So now it's 1st and 20 for the Blue Devils. They've got to bring the ball all the way up to the 43-yard line for a 1st down. But that's not out of the realm of the Blue Devil offense. Ludden straight back. Here's the same player, right side. And the ball came out. That could be a break for Fitchburg. It is. Ball's out. Fitchburg recovers the fumble.
Well, sudden change. The defense has to be ready. Get their heads up, get in there and play some defense. It's over. Let it go, right?
Malik Daniels really upset with himself. You see him in the back just kind of slapping his hands together. You know, it happens now. The ground is wet. The ball gets wet. Your shirt gets wet. Your hands get wet. And you got to tuck that ball away a little extra. And it just squirted out of Malik's hands. And Fitchburg fell on it. Now they got a chance to revive themselves.
Yeah, this is going to be a big series here for both teams.
Kyle Phillips quarterbacking for the Red Raiders. Ball sitting on the Blue Devil 27-yard line, 1st and 10 with 3:20 to go in the first half. Second man left side. Good running distance. He's going now across the 10-yard line. Finally taken down. We got a penalty. It's probably going to be a face mask call. 2 flags came in, so that's going to move the ball halfway to the goal for 1st down.
Well, that's a play they've been running the whole game. This time they just got the right players in the right position and took the Leominster defenders out of there. That's a big yardage there.
And that was a personal foul face mask penalty against the Blue Devils. So they're going to move that ball half the distance to the goal line, and it'll be 1st and goal from just around the, I'm going to say the 4-yard line if they move it the right way.
Defense.
Oh, we have a. Oh, okay. Nobody's turned you on yet?
I hear someone.
That's Jack Sully. Jack.
Has he got the mute button?
Jack has joined us up in the booth after taking all the stills, and we'll talk to Jack in a minute. So it's 1st and goal, 3 minutes, 1 second to go. 1st and goal for Fitchburg on the Blue Devil 4-yard line. Second man right side, Blue Devil defense stuffs it, maybe a gain of 1 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 3.
Nice defense.
Hey, Larry. got me now.
Ludden get in there, good. Nice work, number 44, number 35, number 74. Good defense, they got to keep it up. Do it again.
Second and goal from the 3. Raiders trying to get on the board, 2:25 to go in the first half. Blue Devils lead 14-0. Second man again stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and they pushed him back. Maybe a gain of a half a yard. We'll give him 1 yard. So now it's third and goal from the 1.5.
Here we see the replay. Nice defense. Again, Ludden's in there every time, and then we got the beef coming in behind him. There's number 10 driving him back. Excellent defense. That's getting.
2 minutes straight up on the board.
Be ready for the quick snap.
It's now third and goal from the 2. They're stacked up in the middle. Blue Devils have got everybody in the kitchen sink. It's a quick pitch to the right side. Ludden's outside. He can hang on. He can hold him. And it's going to be knocked down. He's shy. So now we've got 4th and about 1.5 yards. Ludden almost had him in the backfield.
I bet Ludden wish he would have done one more rep in the gym to hold on to that guy. One more rep.
Just couldn't quite hold on to that shirt.
Oh, look at that. But I tell you what, nice recovery, right, by the defense. And that's what a good defense does. They come in and they help out their teammates. Swarming defense.
Now it's 4th and goal. So the Red Raiders have had first and goal from the 4. They've used 3 plays. They've got it down. They've gained 2 yards. What a stance, Larry, if they stop him here.
Watch the ball. Same type of defense.
This could be devastating to the Fitchburg Raiders. Clock running 1 minute 13 seconds, and Fitchburg, I believe, is called a timeout.
Yeah, this is going to set the tone for the game going into the second half, because the team that wins this play is going to have all the momentum they need to carry this game into the end and win.
Again, as we do every time we get a chance, we'd love to thank our sponsors. And our sponsors, as always, are the Learning Curve, the Carroll's Insurance Agency, MP Crowley Company Incorporated, Garpy Furniture Corporation, the Il Camino Restaurant, Ken's Classic Scab, the Academy for Little People, of course, Sal's Pizza, and Ferguson's Landscaping.
Hi, Ed.
Jack Sully is with us. Jack, how are you today?
I'm well today.
Haven't seen you for a
I've
while.
been taking pictures, mostly of fans today.
Yeah, we saw you down on the field moving around, and we keep it.
Fogged up my glasses here.
I could see. I thought those were fake glasses.
I look like Mr. Foster, who was one of our student teachers when we were at Gallagher Junior High School. Always wore them crooked.
He was also spotted at a tailgate, I hear.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I went over there.
Yeah, he was tailgating with the
some Fitchburg fanatics.
Yeah.
Well, good guys. Michael Saucer hasn't slowed down much.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. You meet a lot of people over your years, and you come to these games, and you get to meet them regardless if they're from Fitchburg or Leominster, and you just reminisce, and it's a great time.
One thing is I gave him a hug because I haven't seen him in a while. I still got cologne on me. I'm afraid to go home and see my wife.
She'll think you've been at the cinema lounge.
She's going to accuse me of something. Who you been with? Michael Saucer.
Well, here we go. It's 4th and goal from the 1.5, well, let's say the 2-yard line. A huge play for both sides right now. Fitchburg gives a straight dive, and it looks like he stopped. He did not get in. They're going to mark him short, about a foot short. It's now going to be Blue Devil ball on the 1-foot line. Wow, what a stand. They tried to go power, and the Blue Devil power just overran and held that running back. And they turned him. O'Connor finally came in at the backside of this. You're watching. He just didn't give up and pushed him so he couldn't fall forward. I believe that was O'Connor.
Here we go. Beautiful surge by the Devils. Ludden came in there, made a stop. I mean, that whole defensive line, you got to give it to them all, Ed. And you know what? This is the bowels of what this game is all about. One-on-one. You know, you beat me or I'm going to beat you. This play, this is it. Right now, let's do it.
Larry, that was one heck of an adjective, the bowels of what this is all about. I like that, especially in this cold and flu season.
Intestinal fortitude.
That's
it.
the word. That's it right there.
You know, and like I said, Larry, this is the type of defense and offense that you know you like to see, because you get excited about this. The kids get excited. We get excited about it, and it just kind of brings out the old competitiveness in ourselves, and I'm enjoying the game.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, Leominster came prepared to play today.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
They did. They came in, as Jack has mentioned, they came to play, and you can see that. Leominster, if they get ahead, they're real tough. There's no doubt. And they were here today. They're going to take it on, and they're going to, well, I don't want to jinx it because last time I said something, they fumbled the ball, but they are ready and play. Now, they have an interesting scenario. There's 1 minute, 1 second to go. The ball's sitting on the 1 yard line, well, let's say the 1 foot line, and it's 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. What do you do here? Punt?
Sneak.
Sneak. Mark Lavas, the quarterback sneak. Try to gain some yardage. You better not get stuffed. Ludden did sneak, and the backs just pushed them forward. Good surge by the Blue Devils.
Fitchburg was looking for that, too. But you know what? They couldn't stop it.
They were stacked in the middle. You're absolutely right.
Can I show you what I got? Take it away right here. Sorry. Can't have it. Right? They took it. Leominster took it. They couldn't stop them.
Exactly. Well, gain of give them 2 yards on the play. It's now 2nd and 8. Ball sitting on the 3 yard line. So they got a little bit more room to play. The clock is stopped with 53 seconds to go. I believe Fitchburg called the timeout. They want to try to keep that clock and try to pin Leominster down. But Leominster, they're in the mood not to be denied. Salisbury up over the football. Ludden up under center. Ludden on the quarterback sneak. Ludden rolls it forward again. Almost broke through there. If Ludden gets through this on the quarterback sneak, he's going to be gone because everybody in the world is up on the line of scrimmage. Fitchburg again calls a timeout with 48 seconds to go.
Yeah, this is a big play.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a long timeout, so we would love to, as always, mention our sponsors.
You'd mentioned them enough.
Oh, we can never mention our sponsors
They've
enough.
got 3 seasons that they can go with.
The Learning Curve, the Carroll's Insurance Agency, MP Crowley Company, Garapi Furniture Corporation, the Il Camino Restaurant, Ken's Classics Cab, the Academy for Little People, Sal's Pizza, and of course, Ferguson's Landscaping.
The Reka. They call them the Reka. Landscaping, you know,
Oh,
raking.
the Reka.
The Reka.
You know, we've missed this type of atmosphere around here because Jack's not been around. You know, we need these.
Well, you ain't seen nothing yet, baby.
Oh. What's this soapbox here for, Jack?
Soapbox, that's for me to get up on and preach. I mean, what did you think I brought it for? I think I'm going to take a shower? It's not Saturday night. Although being in the bowels all day,
You never know. Larry's trying to rip out the camera, but works behind us. Here we go. A 3rd and 7 for the Blue Devils. Right side, number 12, breaks it loose, enough for a 1st down. Across the 20, around the 25, he's still moving forward. He may break this one across the 30-yard line. What a run by number 12 of the Blue Devils. Absolutely, Geraldo Rivera, what a move.
Outstanding. Watch this replay. Nice blocking up front, but I tell you what, the running, bang, there's one broken tackle. There's another broken tackle. There's another broken tackle. There's another broken tackle.
Sounds like a broken
and there's
record.
6 broken tackles on 1 play.
Unbelievable.
Outstanding.
Unbelievable. What a job. The ball's placed down on the 30-yard line, and with 20 seconds to go, Blue Devils out of danger of any type of a safety and really took the wind out of the Red Raiders, and Glutton just takes a knee, and that should do it for the 1st half, and the teams are going to head into the locker room. Red and gray trailing the big Blue Devils 14-0 here at Crocker Field in the 126th meeting of the Leominster Blue Devils against the Fitchburg Red Raiders.
Well, that was quite a half for Leominster, Ed. They came out here from the first play get-go. They've been running on all cylinders, and it's obvious by the score and the way they're going off this field right now.
like a fine-tuned Rolls-Royce engine.
Very good.
Yeah.
Full of Mobil 1 oil.
Full of vim and vinegar.
Don't get the food into it. We're already hungry. We didn't get any pies
I had
today.
an apple, though. I had a beautiful.
You had an
Oh,
apple?
I got a pie. You weren't there for
Well,
the
we got pies.
Yeah,
We're going to thank
yeah.
Mrs. Korskeni because she gives us staff pies.
Got a pie.
She always does it because we feel left out. But
We didn't get any coffee. Joe Gentile used to bring us coffee all the time. Last time we were up here, we got cannolis from Charlie.
Where's Charlie
Valera.
with the
Charlie's
cannoli?
off the list. Charlie's all done.
Charlie, he's done. That's it.
Not
Yeah.
talking about.
He usually
not
does bring us
mentioning that name,
cannolis.
Charlie. Yeah, he's all done. Il Camino was a little shy this year with the food. It's all right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't care.
But Sal's Pizza.
I missed every game.
Sal's Pizza came on strong. I mean,
Yeah.
they were persistent, consistent, and excellent, tasty food.
We're being chastised now.
They're putting me by who?
I think Larry tripped on the wire that moved the camera
Yeah.
to the from the scoreboard for FATV.
Oh boy, you gotta watch
The
out
Leominster
for
Blue
that.
Devil band is out on the field.
Hey, look! Oh my God!
What?
Look at what just came up the stairs.
Wow, Mr. Gentili just showed up. We were just
Hey, he
talking
got
about
a
him.
coffee just for himself.
How are you, sir? Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. Nice to see you. We were just talking about him.
Were your ears ringing? All right.
We're going to take a... And welcome back to, we're getting ready to start the second half, but before we start the second half, we'd love to show you some of the replays of the two key plays during the first half. And I believe we're going to show you the two touchdowns. The first one was a quick handoff, a run for the first touchdown. And here's the second one where the snap goes over the puncher's head, and it's down into the end zone and recovered by the Blue Devils. Again, number 25 for the Blue Devils recovering that ball. And Blue Devils put 2 points conversions together, and they lead 14-0. Oh, we got about 33 seconds before the teams come back out. Let's go to Larry for the stats. Larry?
Yeah, the stats for the first half, thanks to our statistician, Ish. Passing yards, Leominster 41, Fitchburg nothing. And that tells a lot right there because right now, Fitchburg's not getting anywhere on the rush. And Leominster has 102 rushing yards, 42 for Fitchburg rushing. So more than almost 100 yards more for Leominster. And turnovers, 1 each. And penalties, Leominster 3 for 19 yards. And Fitchburg has 2 for 15. So lopsided offense. I think the score doesn't indicate on who is overplaying in this game, and that's Leominster. And so right now anything can happen in this game. And we know 14 points doesn't go very far.
Well, the Blue Devils are coming back out on the field. You have an extended halftime during Thanksgiving because both bands do their thing, and which is a great thing to see. Leominster band, as always, did a great job, and you've watched them, and the Fitchburg High band as well did a nice job. And so Blue Devils been sitting down on the ground, and it is cool. And you can see they left a bunch of oranges behind where they came from, but they've got to come into the second half just as if it was a 0-0 game and play the same half that they did, second half as they did the first half, and keep that momentum going, keep their head in the game, and don't sit back because Fitchburg can be a dangerous team. You never know. If you sit back, they can come across and get a couple of quick scores, and we have a different game.
As we said at the outset, the keys continue. Basic execution for Leominster. Beat your man, BYM on every play. Consistency. They got to be scrappy. Watch the turnovers and no penalties.
Keep going to that BM, Larry.
BYM?
BYM, okay.
Beat your man.
Okay.
That's it. One-on-one, they'll win the game.
Jack is fixed on
BM. Yeah.
Captains again going out to midfield. Blue Devils will be kicking to the Red Raiders, so the Red Raiders will have the first offensive series to see what they can do. And Larry, could set up a real devastating point if the Blue Devils stuff Fitchburg again on the first set of downs.
Yeah, it's going to be critical, and it's going to set the momentum for the second half. You're right, Ed.
Again, you're watching LATV Action Sports. We're bringing you the game from Crocker Field, which is the 126th meeting of the two teams of the Leominster Blue Devils and the Fitchburg Red Raiders, and quite a tradition. The fans have come out to the game. The weather broke. The field's in good shape. You got a little mud, but you got to have some mud on Thanksgiving.
It won't be the same when they have turf.
It's like having turkey without gravy.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Right, Jack?
Well, cranberry sauce without, help me here.
Cranberries.
Cranberries. Jack has been down on the field, and we'd like to thank Jack. And I speak for everybody because they did such a great job in that 1894 game that we taped. It wasn't taped the way it was presented. We had about 6 different cameras that were going around getting bits and pieces, and Mark Lavasser and I did the main camera, and all the replays were done off-site. All that stuff was put together by Jack and the staff at LATV, and we really appreciated Jack, and we've had some real good feedback about that. Everybody loved it. I just personally like to say thank you. You did a great job on it.
I enjoyed doing it, and I hope it, what's the word I'm looking for? Instills in everybody more of a passion for this rivalry, which I just consider to be one of the greatest gifts that both the cities of Fitchburg and Leominster have. I don't know if it comes across to the generation today, but if we keep talking about it, the more people we can get involved with it, the longer this will last and the more cherished it'll be to both Fitchburg and Leominster. It's done a lot to help the towns become what they are.
And it's funny you say that because the game started out with the guys from Fitchburg and knew each other, all good friends, and well, we'll get back to that in a minute. Let's go back. The Blue Devils are kicking again to the Red Raiders, taking about the 15-yard line on the fly. Got a couple of blockers up front. Raiders trying to get something going, and Blue Devil coverage takes it down around the 35-yard line. It's going to be marked down. 1st and 10 Raiders. Jack, just to jump back there real quick for a moment, the game started out, everybody's friend is going to have fun. They're going to reenact it. But when that game started, regardless of what was going on, it was a Fitchburg-Leominster rivalry.
Yeah,
and these guys played to keep.
And the beautiful thing about it is, people from both of the communities played on opposing teams, not necessarily if you were from Fitchburg playing for Fitchburg, but they still had that competitive spirit that this rivalry instills.
Absolutely. Well, 1st and 10 for the Raiders on their own 34-yard line. Raiders trying to get something going, trailing 14-0, just underway second half from Crocker Field. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Fitchburg breaks it to the outside and gets some little running room. And finally, O'Connor just puts the clamp on him from behind, but not until he gains a 1st down across about the 45-yard line. So the Raiders found something outside.
Well, nothing different there than the first half. The difference in this particular play was someone got sealed off, and he bounced outside because the hole was blocked. So let's see where this goes.
O'Connor comes in the back of that last play with Malik Daniels to put the man down, but enough for 1st down. 1st and 10 Raiders, and life is good, Jack.
Life is good.
Life is good. Phillips again, quarterback, is right up the middle. Blue Devils got to pick that one up on the fly. We got ends of tackling each other out on the far side. And a gain of 5 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 5. So the Red Raiders seem to have found a little bit of hold on the left side.
Well, I think it's more of the Blue Devils are starting off a little slower this time because the Red Raiders are doing what they did in the first half, the same play. So let's see if the Leominster defense steps it up here a bit and holds them.
It is. The Blue Devil defense not as perky as they were in the first half, so takes a couple of hits and they'll be back in the end zone. And quarterback Keesley fell down. That man is down. The man is down. Absolutely. The minute you hit the turf in high school with your knee, you are down. So it's going to be a loss of about, say 8 yards on the play. It's now going to be 3rd and 12. Ball's all the way back to the 43-yard line of the Red Raiders.
Well, Salisbury was right there getting his feet moving around, getting that quarterback's feet going, so I'm sure that contributed to his slipping. It's good to have someone in his face.
Raiders trying to set up that pass on the outside in the flats, and quarterback was chased out. As you said, Larry, Salisbury kind of huffed and puffed and said, go ahead, try and throw it. I'll break your legs off. So it's now 3rd and 12 for the Raiders. It looked like the quarterback wasn't ready. Here he's going to throw it out in the flats, and it's complete around the 50-yard line. Nice cut across, and you're going to hit him down. This is going to be a close mark, depending on where it's marked. And it looks like it's going to be probably enough for 1st down, but they might have to measure this one. Nope, the official said it was enough for 1st down, so a nice play by the Raiders.
Well, that's what they need to do if they want a chance to win this game. They got to mix it up with some passing, and that was a well-thrown pass and a good move put on there. Of course, it's slippery out there.
And Ludden went down a little bit awkward leg movement, but he's fine. He's up and moving around. Don't want to take that man out of the game. 1st and 10 Raiders on the Leominster 45-yard line. 3rd quarter, 7:41 to go. Raiders trail by 14 to 0. Quarterback rolls right side, flushed out of the pocket. Salisbury trying to get him. Up comes Daniels. Daniels wraps him up, and we may have a penalty. And we are.
Face mask?
Looked like he grabbed him on the back of the helmet.
Yeah, back of the helmet, I would say.
Yeah, we'll see on the replay if they show it all the way through. It looks like he grabbed the back of the helmet, which is a personal foul.
And this is what the Blue Devils cannot do. They cannot afford these type of penalties at this stage of the game.
Yeah, right there. You can grab it. It looked like he had reached around his helmet. You can hug him, drag his head to the ground, but he closed his hand on the back of the helmet and pulled him to the ground, and that's going to be a big 15-yard penalty against the Blue Devils.
This guy's got a cockatoo on his shoulder.
Oh, a real bird?
Yeah, that's a cockatoo.
That's interesting.
That's the 4th penalty of the game for Leominster.
Well, 3. So it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders on the 30-yard line of the Blue Devils on a big personal foul. Raiders quick pitch coming right at us this side. Blue Devils played it well. Nice job by the Blue Devil defense.
Nice defense.
Nicholas Wilford and along with Ludden in there as well.
I see some holding on the Red Raiders. It's not being called, but you know what? That's okay. It's all part of the game. Sooner or later, they got to get caught, though.
Exactly, and that's nice defensive plays right there. Nobody was holding those two guys. They came right in, and they got a loss of 7 on the play. It's now 2nd and 17. Ball's all the way back to the Blue Devil 37-yard line.
I think we may see Fitchburg attempt another pass here.
Well, they've seemed to have had success with the passes out in the flats, so let's see if they stay with it. They did. They dropped straight back to pass, looking to go over the middle. Got a man on the open, and good coverage. Covered number 16 coming across was number 6 for the Blue Devils, Jerry Wilborn, and quarterback had to throw that one right on the money and just threw it a little wide.
We may see a draw on this play, or perhaps a screen. Good pass blocking on the replay. Plenty of room back there, but just a little bit overthrown.
Well, it's a good thing it was overthrown. It looked like Wilborn would have had a chance. If that was he tried to throw it into the man's hand, Wilborn might have had a chance and intercepted that one.
We'll see defensive line pin their ears back here and try to get at the quarterback.
3rd and 17 for the Raiders. And there's that draw you called about, Larry, and that's foiled. Quarterback ran into the fullback, and then he touched his knee down when the Blue Devils just pounced on him. 36 and 58 and 35.
I think the Devils were ready for that.
Well, Larry, you called it, so I got to assume that the coaches were
If we
thinking
were ready,
about it.
they were ready. Of course, bumping into his quarterback didn't help either.
Kind of throws your timing off. And now it's 4th and 20.
This could be a place for a fake.
Well, it's 5:40 to go, 3rd quarter. I think they'll probably try to kick this one, try to get Leominster down low, but Leominster's been moving the ball fairly well. He does kick it away. It's going to bounce just about the 15 and roll down. A good roll for the Raiders. It's going to take it down just about the 5-yard line.
What an opportunity to drive the whole distance of the field and lead up the 3rd quarter.
5:23 to go, 14-0. Blue Devils will start on their own 5-yard line, 1st and 10. Well, we have a quick timeout. We'd love to thank our sponsors, The Learning Curve, the Carroll's Insurance Agency, MP Crowley Company, Garapi Furniture, the El Camino Restaurant, Ken's Classics Cab, the Academy for Little People, Sal's Pizza, and, of course, Ferguson's Landscaping.
How little do you have to be?
Ray Richard size.
That little.
Yes.
Where is he? Is he up here?
No, he's. I'm sure he's home watching it on TV, and he'll go, "Oh, I'll talk to those guys."
He is a little half pint, isn't he?
1st and 10 Raiders. Blue Devils right up this tackle on the right side. Running the ball for his number 16 for the Blue Devils.
You know, I know that pretty and football don't go well together, but that is a pretty play.
Well,
I mean,
pretty,
you watch.
Pretty and football do go well together. That's why Ray Richards didn't play football. He played hockey instead.
Oh, now Ray has more to talk about.
I believe running the ball for the Blue Devils was number 16, Tyler Doobie.
Excellent by.
That was number 36. Never mind, I was wrong.
Excellent blocking up front.
Again, a quick spin move in the middle, and it's going to be still shy. It's going to be 3rd and about 2 for the 1st down.
Oh, this is big. Got to get behind the big guys. DeMar, Tobin, Ferguson, Tossie, Salisbury. They got to drive the defensive line back. They got to win the line of scrimmage on this play.
Play before that was number 36, Cortez Ludden. I just saw the 6 and it looked like a 16. But we're high above Lambeau Field. No, actually, we're at Crocker Field in Fitchburg. You're watching the Thanksgiving Day battle. 3rd and 2. Straight dive up the middle. Moving forward. He's definitely got enough for 1st down. He's going to be marked just about the 20-yard line. A great run by the Blue Devil offensive line. Opened it up big that time, Larry.
Yeah, the right side, that's Tobin and DeMar. Excellent blocking, and that's just nice. That's just nice offense. Execution, baby. That's beating your man.
This is a place where we have to worry that Leominster doesn't make those inevitable mistakes that do come with high school football.
Yes, a fumble or an interception at this state of the game would be let Fitchburg get back into it. So they got 3 minutes and 47 seconds to go. Excuse me. And again, a breakthrough and the ball's out. We just said that. And boy, I don't know what you meant, Jack, but it happened.
Jack, you can't talk like that.
I know it. I just had that feeling, you know.
Had the ball across the 30-yard line for another first down, and it just squirted out of his hands. And we talked a little bit about, you'll see right here, the guy actually tackled the ball and came out. Now, it looked like his knee could have been down. If they want to come up for a replay, we'll see that. Maybe we could rerun that.
Yeah, it did squirt out before he hit the ground. That's a second fumble by Leominster.
Let's just see a little bit, if we run that forward a little bit, see where his knee touches as we go down. Let's see if his knee comes out. Yeah, the ball's out there. Nope, that's correct. Good job, fellas. So Fitchburg first and 10 on the 38-yard line of the Blue Devils. And we got people flying all over the field. Gain of 3 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Red Raiders.
Right now, the defense is winning this game. As well as the offense is playing, the defense is winning this game for Leominster, in my humble opinion.
Well, I have to agree with you, Larry, because they've made some big stands to keep the Red Raiders out of the end zone. Again,
I really enjoy watching a game from this like altitude versus at Doyle where it's so low. You see a lot more.
yeah, you can see a lot from up here. Fitchburg again, right side, wrapped up by big number 74 of the Blue Devil. That was a big, huge bear hug.
James Langan, nice play.
6'4", 311 pounds. Boy, he wraps you up. You're not going anywhere. He could probably get a Volkswagen and stop it in its tracks.
Imagine what he'd do to Sal's Pizza.
Oh.
Nice play, James.
A gain of maybe a yard on the play. It's now 3rd and 7. Raiders are trying to get something going, but the defense steps up big each time. Obviously in a pass situation, but they run it to the left side. And
he got it.
we got, he's claiming it was a face mask, but no flag, but it looks like he's got enough for a first down, and he does. Big 3rd down conversion by the Raiders. All right, you know, they seem to run to that outside, and they found something on the outside of the Blue Devil defense, and they've kind of stuck with it.
Yeah, especially this side facing the booth here. That would be the right side of the defense. They found something there. We got to tighten it up. Coaches make the adjustment, prevent that from reoccurring.
1st and 10, ball sitting on the Blue Devil 26-yard line. 1 minute 46 to go in the 3rd quarter. 14-0, Blue Devils lead. Fitchburg trying to get something going. Drop backs to pass. Man left his feet. Quarterback's rolling around. He's going to man the back of the end zone. And the Blue Devils are there. That could be an interception. Let's see if they rule an interception. It is. An interception by number 6 of the Blue Devils, Jared Wilborn, I believe it was.
That nice play by Jared, huh?
That was a great interception. You watch this on the replay. He was got his feet in bounds.
That was questionable. I'm glad they can't see the replay. But we will.
We will show you the replay. Watch this. Ball's floating. Here it comes down. Watch his feet. There's the catch. 1 foot in bounds. That's all he needs. And that's it. Well,
we're good.
You talk about a big play.
That's the, was that the second interception by Leominster? Second turnover by Fitchburg. Nice play.
You know, Leominster coughed it up and gave Fitchburg a chance, and then another big play on defense took it back. So the Blue Devils will start out 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. 1 minute 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And again, big breaks and big penalties have been hurting both teams today, but this one seemed to help Leominster a ton. Had a little miscommunication, but still moving forward. He may be. Oh, if you could just get rid of that man, he'd be gone. See him trying to tackle the football. He's still going forward.
Son of a gun.
Boy, I'll tell you, this kid can run. Number 8 for the Blue Devils, of course, is Malik Daniel, and he can took off. You know, Fitchburg now, and this may happen because Fitchburg's trying to tackle the football. And if you tackle the football and he hangs on to it, most likely he's going to get away.
I tell you, Malik did that all on his own because the Fitchburg defense came across the line and disrupted the blocking scheme. And look at Malik go. He's in the regular season, he had over 900 yards, and now we can see why. What a runner.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils on their own 37-yard line. Full house backfield. Daniels again and taking it down the middle of the field, and I think about everybody's on that pile.
Fitchburg's coming hard on the offensive line now. They're just trying to penetrate, which is something they should do to stop the run. So Leominster we may see them change things up here a bit. It's a good opportunity, a good time to do something like that.
35 seconds in the clock running in the 3rd quarter. Blue Devils lead 14-0 and trying to keep this ball. You know, like we talked about, you know, maybe they run out the whole quarter and they had a little burp in the middle and got it back, and they're just going to about do it. Again, full house backfield for the Blue Devils. Second man right straight up the left side, and no gain on the play.
Yeah, they got like 8 guys up on the line of scrimmage now.
Yeah.
Time to back those guys off.
Nice play action pass, probably would set them up nicely. I know they wanted to try to run the clock down, but now with 3rd and 8, you've got to look at a pass, and I believe that's going to be it for the third quarter, and it is. That's going to do it's going to do it for the third quarter here at Crocker Field, where the Blue Devils lead 14-0. Well, we have our quick timeout. See how sharp our crew is.
Got some great guys. I was just going to say, what a great crew you got up there this year.
We'll mention them right after this. The Learning Curve, the Carroll's Insurance Agency, MP Crowley Company, Garapy Furniture, the Il Camino Restaurant, Ken's Classic Scab, the Academy for Little People, Sal's Pizza, and of course Ferguson's Landscaping. And as Jack said, we had a great staff up here, and we've had them all year. Our producer and director, Andre Koroskeny, our replay producer, Ben Arsenal, who I stole his monitor, so he can't see the replays, but he's winding them up at the right place. We have Mark Lavasser on a game camera, Sean Reardon on our replay cam, and we have Jack Sully, of course, with us today. And you got to give Jack the credit and those guys back at the studio, because they make us look and sound good, because they've edited things and changed things around. But the production staff that everywhere back at LTV, and as well as our traveling staff, is a great.
Can't forget Kenny Caudell, who's put together these great openings, closings, transitions. I mean, he's done a great job. Another young kid that, like, you know, sooner or later, these kids are going to take over where we can't handle it anymore. You know, it gets to a point when you've got to realize that they can do a better job, and you've got to pass that along to the next generation. And
well, the fact that
at our age, it's going to happen.
Yep.
The fact that they can do it,
right.
They know things that we don't know. The technology is changing, and you can actually relate that to football, which we may do later.
All right.
Okay.
1st and 10 for the, 3rd and 8 for the Blue Devils. And I lost who had the ball. Ludden still has the ball. Ludden, he's going to take off and just shy. Ludden looked like he might have been able to run for that. It was just shy, so he's going to be, now it's going to be 4th and about 5 yards for the first down. So the Blue Devils obviously will be in a punt formation.
He can make something out of nothing, I'll tell you. This kid is something.
One more movement, he might have broken that one, at least for first down. So the Blue Devils are going to punt to the Red Raiders, give them another chance, just start of the 4th quarter.
Nice blocking on the punt.
End over end. Well, we had a holding call.
Nice hit.
Running across the sidelines. And then we're going to have a late flag outside. 65 is going to get called for a late hit.
There's a tumultuous block there, too.
Tumultuous.
Well, Larry's got all the good vernacular. I'm trying to compete.
Vernacular.
It's starting to appear to me that the penalty calling is a little getting a little unbalanced here.
They got Lucas Tossi for a personal foul, hitting outside after the outside. And
yeah, that was clear.
It was.
But we had a holding on the far side of the field. That the first man down the field that was zoning in on the running back was clearly held and dragged to the ground, and there was no call, and that happened right in front of the official. So they're going to mark off 15 yards, and they're going to put Fitchburg 1st and 10 on the Blue Devil 42-yard line.
That's like 6 penalties against Leominster now. For 45, 50 yards. Yeah.
Wow. So
that's huge in a game like this. And that's why the score is what it is, and it's not bigger than it is. Right?
Yeah, that's a lot of yards in this type of game to be penalized. Well, 1st and 10, Fitchburg on the Blue Devil 42-yard line. Fake pitch going to the right side. Just held on tightly. Beautiful job.
He did the extra rep in the gym. That's where he got that. He held him, and he held him. Who was that, number 36?
I believe it was 36. Yes, it was. That was Cortez Ludden. You know what I liked about that, Larry, is, you know, the man faked to throw the pass, and a lot of kids will jump up in the air, but he didn't. He put his hands up in the air, but kept his feet, and that allowed him to stop and grab the quarterback as he tried to duck under him.
And he held, and he held, and he held until he went down.
A loss of 3 on the play. It's now 2nd and 13. Ball's moved back to the 45-yard line of the Blue Devils. 8:37 to go, 4th quarter. Phillips, quarterbacks, 6-step drop. Ludden nails him. Ludden still hold him, and he's down. Curtis Ludden.
What an
ball
effort.
player, huh?
Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you.
What an effort.
Again, I thought he almost knocked it out of his hand for a fumble, but got up off the ground, and you watch the replay, you'll see. This is an extraordinary effort.
And you know what okay, I won't take this away because this is beautiful. Talk about persistence, huh? Ferocious persistence. That is just unbelievable.
Got him today, Larry.
He's got the World Dictionary back there today, I'll tell you.
He's got the thesaurus. You know what I'm trying to say.
Third and about 25 for the Red Raiders. Again, the Blue Devils push him out of the pocket. Going to try to run forward. Takes a couple of hits. Ball's out. Still out. Fitchburg looks like they may have got it. It is. It's going to be 4th down and still, well, we'll see where they mark it. If it's going to be about the 48-yard line, it's going to be 4th and 19.
I think Fitchburg's got to go for it.
At this point, 7 minutes, 25 seconds to go, down 14-0. Midfield, what would they gain on the punt? Maybe a couple of yards? I think you're right. They should go for it.
There was nowhere to go. I mean, there were Blue Devils everywhere.
So 4th and 19. They are in punt formation.
It's got to be a fake.
19 yards is tough on a fake now, but let's see what Ray Cosenza comes up with. He's been known for this before. Ooh. Oh, almost got a block, and they did punt it. Blue Devils just let it dry, let it go down. Got a nice roll, and it's going to be taken down in about the 15-yard line. So they're going to try to start Leominster down low, but the Leominster offense can move the ball. They just had a couple of tough breaks, and they'll take over 1st and 10 on their own 15.
Time is going fast.
Quick game.
Yeah, quick game.
You mean in life general? Jack,
That
or
too,
just in
but
this
we don't
game?
want to get into that, Larry. Every time I look in the mirror.
Hey, you know why Leominster's winning?
Because they scoring more points.
Well, that too, but Barry Skoll is not here.
Barry Skoll.
Yeah,
Barry
he's
Skoll.
went golfing. I saw him last night when I was working. And
Why would
went
anybody
golfing.
want to go play a miserable game like that on Thanksgiving morning?
Malik Daniels, right side, crossed up to almost the 20-yard line. I think going to mark it just up shy of the 20. Gain of 5 on the play.
Now, who's that? What is it? Can't see.
Okay, while Ed's examining the plaque that's going to be given to the winning team each year, I'll talk about this next play. Nowhere to go on that play. And getting a little ruckus going this time of the game. Tempers are flaring, especially when you're not winning.
We just brought, the plaque was just brought up into the booth, the one that they're giving out now that we talked about, the traveling plaque. It's a beautiful plaque. It's donated by the Lions of Fitchburg and Leominster on Thanksgiving Football Classic. It has a Leominster and Fitchburg helmet on it, and the winner of the game will be inscribed on this plaque, and it will stay in the school for that year. And looks like there's 36 spaces, so it should have. Why don't they just put Leominster on all 36 right now? Pete Lavoie just brought that up. Pete, thank you very much, and we're going to see you at halftime when you present that plaque. Thank you, sir. We're going to try to give you a quick shot of that plaque before I kill myself, but right after this play. So we called the timeout. Leominster wanted their 3rd and about 5. And while we have this timeout, we'd again love to thank our sponsors. We can't mention them enough because they do so much for us at LATV. The Learning Curve, the Carroll's Insurance Agency, MP Crowley Company Incorporated, Garapi Furniture, the Il Camino Restaurant, Ken's Classics Cab, the Academy for Little People, Sal's Pizza, and of course, Ferguson's Landscaping. Please patronize our sponsors. They do a lot for us, especially Sal's Pizza. The whole crew has gained about 5 pounds, Jack, just from that one meatball stuffed.
I've been gaining weight just listening to the games.
There you go.
Imagine he muted me. Imagine that. Andre's going to get it. Okay, Andre.
We have,
I hope you know this means war.
on our,
you know that pie you gave me? You better watch your back.
On our mixing board where Andre controls, we have mute buttons so that he can shut our mics off if we're going to do something. And You mute buttons maybe a ½ inch by a ½ inch. Well, when Jack comes on, we put an extra big board on that one.
There's a
so you
little
just
red dot.
hit it, All right, so it's 3rd and 5 for the Blue Devils on their own 22-yard line. Could be a big first down for the Blue Devils. It's a fake pass inside, right up the middle, and enough for first down. A great call by the Blue Devil offense.
That's a huge play right there because with 5 minutes left to go in the game, Blue Devils have the complete momentum. That turkey's going to taste pretty good.
Who's calling
it's
this
not
game
over till
today?
it's
They're
over.
doing a good job. Yeah, seriously.
I think we're getting a call from down across
Down on the
board
left
here.
over there?
I don't know.
Oh, good job.
We don't have privy to who's calling that game.
Yeah. Well,
Malik Daniels on the carry for enough for first down. It's ball's being placed on the 30-yard line of the Blue Devils. 1st and 10. 5 minutes, 27 seconds to go in the game. And Blue Devils is going to keep this one on the ground, I'm sure, and try to hang on to it. Again, Daniels to the right side. Daniels had a heck of a game for himself today. Gain of 5 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Daniels and Ludden, I mean, they just had an outstanding game today. They had great blocking all day, but they've also done a lot on their own.
I'm looking around. I thought Larry fell off the back. I couldn't see him for a
he's
minute.
sitting down, Larry.
When you guys were talking about all that food, it made me tired. I wanted to take a nap.
I'm getting hungry.
Oh, turkey's going to smell good today.
It always smells good. It's going to taste good, too.
Do you want to hear what Fitchburg's going to have?
Oh, you know what I have? I had in my truck I was going to bring. I got my turkey call. I screwed up.
We go right after this play. Again, Ludden on the quarterback keep. Ludden breaking
Gone.
down. He may go all the way. Ludden with the speed. He should go. He's across the 30 to the 20 to the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Blue Devils. No flags on the play. Wow, what a quarterback sneak. Mark Lavasa would be proud of that one.
I tell you what, it couldn't happen to a better man. He's done a great job, and he deserves all of that. And he was fired up going for that touchdown.
It's got to be 62 yards for Ludden.
That's the kind of run that makes highlight reels. That was
And
beautiful.
that's going to be one
Yep.
of them. That may make the Sal's Pizza play of the game. You'll see the replay. And Ludden just on a quarterback keep. And I've said this along, when Fitchburg's up on the line like that, and Ludden, if he breaks it, they're not going to catch him.
That's the nail in the coffin right there.
20-0, 4:22 to go, and Leominster's going to call a timeout. They want to maybe. Well, Coach Tomzinski's not happy with wasting the timeout. I don't think they
Here's
had.
the play. Look at him spin.
And then he just outruns the defense. Boy, it must be nice to run that fast.
I was just thinking the same thing. I wonder what it feels like to be able to run that fast.
Well, even when the cops were chasing me, I couldn't run that
I
fast.
couldn't run that fast on my bike.
Wow, great play. That's a big boost. Again, Leominster's getting set now to try the single-point conversion. Down and up.
This kid can kick.
And it's good, yes. He said he can kick him about 45 yards. They haven't had that opportunity, but
Is he a senior?
He is a senior, yes. Well, let me check. Yes, he is. Hold on. Yes, he's a 5'10", 212-pound kicker.
In his stocking feet.
In his stocking feet. 5'10", in his stocking feet.
Convict number 41144.
Maybe it's the wood.
Pomeroy.
Go ahead, Larry.
Quick stat from a statistician-ish. Ludden is up on about 100 yards this game.
Well, that's there's no doubt about that. He's had a heck of a game for himself, both sides of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say he has a good chance of being the MVP.
Sal's Pizza player of the game.
What's he get? Does he get a free pizza?
No, they can't. NCAA rules don't allow anything, any compensation to any high school players.
But I thought
That's
you could
considered
MIA.
Compensation?
MIA, I'm sorry, not NCAA. I'm thinking
Not
college.
even a slice?
Not even a slice.
That ain't fair.
Well, you take it up with the MIAA.
I get a lot of things I got to take up with the MIAA.
Blue Devils kicking off, a little squib kick down the middle, let it go to the backs. Take it down around the 15-yard line. Here comes Fitchburg, here comes Leominster, and there goes Fitchburg. Number 25 of the Blue Devils just running down Nicholas Wilford. Just ran down, said, come here.
He'll be back next year, Ed. I believe he's a junior.
He is, Larry. Yeah, he's a 5'7", 175 pounds. So
In
he'll
his
come back-
stocking feet.
In his stocking feet. He'll come back at 6'7", 312 pounds next year.
And faster.
As fast as that kid can run, that'd be nice.
Who's this? Who are we talking about?
We're talking
I
about
know they can hear me, but I'm whispering anyway.
Nobody can hear you, Jack?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think they can.
That's what I said.
Oh.
I know they can hear me, but I'm whispering anyway.
4 minutes, 16 seconds. Fitchburg 1st and 10 on their 32-yard line. Trying to get something going, down 21-0. Inside reverse. Running the right side. Nice job by number 45 on the following. And then we did a late hit. Fitchburg, number 53, took a shot and doesn't seem to care much about it because he knows his game is just about ended 21-0. And, you know, you hate to see this cheap stuff start because you're losing.
That's not right.
That's the way, you know, you can hurt a kid, no reason for it when you're down 21-0. And believe me, if I was coaching, I saw that kid would be on the bench right now. But I'm not coaching, so. It's going to be a personal foul, 15 yards, so any gain that Fitchburg made on the last play is going to be nullified. Ball's going to be put back down the 23-yard line. That's going to make it 2nd and about 23. I don't know if you saw where the penalty was. It was out in the free safety area, and the play was over, and he just shoved two guys end over each other. So 2nd and 23 for the Raiders on their own 23-yard line. Draw play up the middle. And he brings it all the way back. They're going to mark it down about the 34-yard line. Now going to be 3rd and 8. See how quick I do that math?
Huh?
Fitchburg going without a huddle, throws it out in the flats, and incomplete. Now it's 4th and 8. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 3 minutes, 1 second to go. We will bring you the dedication of the plaque at halftime.
Maybe not halftime, but maybe the end of the
Eddie.
Come on, Ed. I'm hungry.
I'm sorry. At the completion of the game. You know, I don't want it to end. I'm having so much fun here today.
You're right about that.
I'm hoping it's the half, but it's
Gonna
not.
wait a whole nother year.
We have to wait another year. This is great. Again, a 4th and 8 for the Red Raiders. Right straight drop back. He's going for everything, and this is going to be intercepted. Almost caught. No, there can't be a flag. The ball was tipped. The ball was tipped. The man doesn't know the rule if he calls this interference.
He's going to, the other ref's going to talk to him.
Okay, that ball was tipped. That takes off the interference call.
They should nullify that, yeah.
Yes, it does. He better. The official came in from the backside. The ball is tipped. It takes off the interference. It's free to anybody to grab that after it's tipped. 17 did tip the ball. You'll see on the replay. All right. No, that's no, he's wrong. He's absolutely wrong.
He's from Fitchburg.
That ball was tipped. How can they not say that ball wasn't tipped? O'Connor directed the ball outside.
It's clear, and if none of them saw it, then there's a problem right there.
Right there, O'Connor tipped that ball. That's why the Fitchburg player didn't get it, because he had to reach out forward, and they missed it.
All those refs missed it?
Well, the guy...
That's hard to believe.
The sideline judge came in and said something, but the back judge said he saw it. Well, he wasn't in position to see the tip. The sideline judge was. Terrible call. So it's 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line. Fitchburg trying to run the corner, and he's going to get pounded.
Maybe the refs were at the tailgate party.
There was a blatant hold on that play also. Wide out, right out in the open. You can see it right on this play. Someone who's chasing the quarterback. Well, out of the picture.
Fitchburg going without a huddle, going quickly, moving down, trying to get out of bounds. Did Ludden get it? No, just almost. Ludden almost picked one off to really put the coffin in the nail in the coffin. I cannot believe that play they called that an interference call. The only good part about it is in high school football, you don't get the ball where the interference occurred. You go back to the original line of scrimmage and you mark off the 15 yards.
You know, Ed, talking about icing on the cake, changing the subject a little bit.
Baby, icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Not only did Ludden have an excellent, outstanding game, he's humble about it.
Absolutely right. Yep. You see this kid, he's not a flashy kid. Here he comes, Ludden. Oh, if the quarterback held it, Ludden had him. Fitchburg going left side, trying to string it out. They got enough for a first down and finally taken out of bounds.
Yeah, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Another flag. Well, I'll tell you, these guys are flag happy now.
It all depends on what I don't want to say it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Coach Stepzinski is not happy.
That was.
This guy's been calling a lot of stuff.
Point spread, who we bet on. I'm not talking about the ref. I'm talking about somebody I know that I saw at the tailgate party.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that last night in the NBA. What's going on? No, a different story. I was talking to the same guy.
Yeah, really.
Must have been different
Must be,
conversations.
different. Yeah.
Well, it's an automatic first down with the late hit out of bounds. So it's 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line for Fitchburg. And Leominster called a timeout. Well, interesting. You know, it's a shame that the refs have now all of a sudden decided to yank their flags where the game has been a great game so far.
Yeah, it's interesting. The last, this last series here. And really nothing's changed in the game.
Right. I mean, I understand that, you know, you don't want to lose control of the game at the end where it's out of reach, 21-0. You don't want anybody to get hurt. But, you know, these are big calls that they're missing. And it just doesn't make any sense.
And they're all one way.
Right. Yeah. All the red and gray.
Yeah.
One way for the red and gray.
Andre's doing a great job.
Andre is doing a wonderful job. And watch this. We'd like to thank our sponsors during this timeout. And right up out they come. The learning curve, the Carroll's Insurance Agency, Garrity Furniture, MP Crowley Company, the Il Camino Restaurant, Ken's Classics Cab, Academy for Little People, Sal's Pizza, and of course, Ferguson's Landscaping.
Hey, something about this game, I was just talking to Ishii, who showed me an interesting stat. Leominster has 8 penalties for 85 yards approximately. Fitchburg has 3. Now, if you watch this game, and you can watch the replay, it doesn't look that way. So,
right.
Yeah,
I'm missing
I've seen
something.
a couple of holes with red guys holding blue
8
guys.
to 3.
That's a lot.
What matters is the score in the end, right?
It's 1st and 10 going for the corner.
Oh, he's got him.
And that's offensive interference, and he's not going to call it. He pushed. Oh, my goodness. You know what? I don't usually get on the referees, but oh, my goodness. He shoved him out of the way. You'll watch it. You'll have it on a replay.
These referees need to watch this game.
Watch this replay. This is clear and obvious. Watch this red gray to push right there. Get out of my way. I'll catch that. How can they miss that? Absolutely absurd.
This should go to the MIAA because these guys, this is awful. It's awful.
That was awful. Watch this replay again. I mean, this is so clearly obvious. Look at his hands out already. And here's contact, shove, and I'll catch it. Wow, that's unbelievable. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. 1 minute, 54 seconds to go, 21-6. How do you miss that?
Tailgate.
Ball's down,
Oh, it's blocked. Ah, he still loses.
I don't know what Jack's talking
He's
about.
got to get another point.
21-6 to score with a quick blocked.
That's atrocious refereeing.
That was, I mean.
That whole series, that was awful.
I mean, a great job of our camera. Here's that replay again. Look at that. I mean, how much obviously can that push be? He buckled his back and his knees because he pushed him out of the way and then caught the ball.
The referee was right there.
No, he wasn't.
Maybe he had his eyes closed. It had to be. He had to have his eyes closed.
He might have the flu. He might have sneezed at the time.
Right, that was it. The sun was in his eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's watch this in real speed on the replay. We're going to run this. Watch the hands reach out.
Oh.
I mean, how can you miss that? The guy pushed a Chevy out of the way. I mean, I don't understand that.
How far was the ref away? Can we see that? Is he like right there?
Yeah, he's right there.
The ref, the sideline ref was there, and the back judge, he was standing there too.
Okay.
I don't know what they were looking at. They want to keep the clock running? I don't understand.
They were looking at the same thing on the tip pass.
Boy, oh boy.
Life is good, though.
But anyways, 1 minute, 54 seconds to go, 21-6.
Eddie, I want to see daytime football in Leominster again.
Daytime football.
I want to see Saturday afternoon football games.
At least once in a while,
That
right?
would be beautiful. You know,
But then what would I do on Friday night?
on Friday night,
Get ready for Saturday.
That's right. Go to Sal's Pizza.
Go to Sal's on Friday night instead. That would be good.
That's one of my wishes.
Well, Red Raiders going to probably try an onside kick, I would think. And
no,
they
they
may
got-
get it.
Oh.
No, Fitchburg looks like they got it. And it's getting a little chippy. So 1:51 to go. Blue Devils lead 21-6.
How many timeouts does Fitchburg have? Anyone know?
We're not sure on the timeouts. They probably got 3. I don't think they've really called. Well, maybe 2 or 3 they might have left. We'll find out shortly after this play when they start calling and try to get the ball back. But at 21-6,
Yeah, that doesn't.
you need a lot of timeouts.
Need a miracle. The refs would have to get a couple of big drives going.
I'd like to say hi to my lovely wife, Debbie. and
I'd like
happy
to say hi to
Thanksgiving.
my lovely wife too, and also hi to your lovely wife.
And you can do that.
I can do that?
Go ahead.
Hello, Ed's lovely wife, Debbie, and my lovely wife, Kathleen.
Very nice. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. I hope you enjoy your
Larry, would
Thanksgiving.
you like to join in on
Right
this?
side.
What's that?
We're saying hi to our lovely wives.
Hi, lovely wife.
Also, I need to say hi to a good friend of mine, Shirley. Shirley, you know
I hope your
Shirley.
wife doesn't know about Shirley.
Yeah. Yeah, fortunately she does. Shirley's a good friend of my wife's, and she's a real good sport about things. And she's from the South.
She's a good sport about things.
Got the well, you
Well,
can
I
kid,
hope so.
You can kid her a lot. And she laughs all the time. And she's from the South, and she has that Southern drawl. And interesting person, very, very nice person.
Good.
Her son just won the Pop Warner Super Bowl for his division. Ludden right up the middle, and they played for Wachusett last Saturday. Their division won the Super Bowl.
Super duper.
We went to that as well.
And her name is Shirley?
Shirley.
Shirley. Shirley, you should say hi.
I did.
Okay.
Now they'll both kill me for saying this.
Nothing wrong with that.
You're assuming they're going to watch this game.
I told them I'd say hi, so they will.
My wife doesn't watch it, so I can pretty much say anything I want.
Yeah, that's the same here.
1 minute, 40 seconds to go. Fitchburg burned another timeout. It's going to be 3rd and about 3 for the Blue Devils. 21-6, Blue Devils lead. Sun's coming out. It's going to be a beautiful Turkey Day. Right side, that's enough for first down, which put the squash to Fitchburg all the way down to the 30-yard line. Number 36 for the Blue Devils carrying the ball. He's had a couple of good runs today. That's Cortez Ludden. And that should probably put the end to this one. I don't think Fitchburg can stop the clock.
What year is Cortez, Ed?
Cortez Ludden, I believe, is a sophomore.
Ooh.
5'6", 203 pounds. So he's got some growing to do, and he's already big.
We haven't had a running back like that in quite a while.
I know, yeah, he's been doing well.
Size,
Look at him, he's that stocky, he's got those big thighs on him, he's ready to move. Well, Fitchburg can't stop the clock. It looks like it's going to be a kneel down for Ludden, and should take care of it. And they just have to wait this one out. They'll probably touch down one more knee, and this game will be over. Stay with us at the halftime. Here we go again.
You're stuck on halftime.
I'm stuck on halftime. I don't want to go home. I'm enjoying the game.
You.
Stay with us for the presentation of the plaque, and we'll talk a little bit about that during the presentation. It's a great award. Ludden actually dancing now up behind the quarterback, and takes a knee down, and 32 seconds to go. That should do it. And they do not have to run another play, and the Leominster Blue Devils come out victorious in probably one of the biggest games or the biggest game of the year against the arch rival, the Fitchburg Red Raiders.
Now, what we're witnessing here is the significance of this game, where you can have a season that wasn't all that good and then come out on Thanksgiving and win the game. And like, we've heard people say over and over and over and over again, when you win that game, it doesn't matter what happened all year, it makes your year.
Absolutely right, Jack. You could have an 0-9 season and come back and win this game. on Thanksgiving, and you brag the rest of your life. Now, I've run into guys last night when we were working in the bars, and you know, these are guys that played many years ago, and they said, yeah, we beat Fitchburg back in you know, in 1972, and they talk about it forever, and it goes back even further than that. Larry, any you know about the bragging rights of this game?
Yeah, that's true, Ed. But you know what? There's nothing more special for me, at least, in all of that, except for the day, for the moment when you go through this, and that's part of it, I guess, is this day is either special or it's devastating, and that's the part that you don't forget.
Exactly. You're right.
You know,
the other side of the coin is a devastation if you do lose, because you go home and try to eat that turkey, and it just does not taste good. But the Blue Devils will enjoy their turkey today with a 21-6 victory over the Fitchburg Red Raiders here at Crocker Field. We're waiting for the teams to go through their rituals after the game. Blue Devils. Okay, we're going to show you the Sal's Pizza play of the game, and they're going to crank it up for us right now. And what it is, it's Curtis Ludden just breaking the quarterback sneak for 68 yards and just outrunning the defense, and that was a backbreaker of the game. And Ludden just takes off and takes it in. So that's the Sal's Pizza play of the game.
Notes from our statistician, Ish, was that Ludden ended up the game with 134 total yards, 1 TD, 1 sack, and we don't keep track of tackles, but he had a ton of those also.
He was all over the place. Just a great game. And, you know, Larry, the Leominster defense really came out to play here today.
Yeah, right from the get-go. They showed a high level of intensity and persistence, ferociousness, you know, that reckless abandonment that winning defenses have, and they had it all going today.
The traditional handshake going on, and they're getting set up for the awarding of the plaque. And I'll give you a little background on the plaque. This plaque that is going to be presented today to the Leominster High coaches. It's a combination of efforts between the Leominster Lions and the Fitchburg Lions Club. It's called the Traveling Plaque. It has 36 spaces on it where each team that wins on Thanksgiving will be engraved on that plaque. That plaque will then be demonstrated. What word am I looking for?
Displayed.
Displayed, that's
right.
the word. Displayed in the appropriate high school for that year. The following year, they come back, bring it to Fitchburg again, Leominster next year, and whoever wins it will take it back. So 36 years from now, it could have
We
all
won't
won.
be here.
We won't be here.
We
No,
won't
we're
be.
absolutely
Now,
not.
Did they name this plaque yet?
They haven't named the plaque, but the people that are involved with the plaque are Peter Lavoie from the Leominster Lions, along with Karen Connor Frajo of the Fitchburg Lions, and her husband George, who was a Navy corpsman attached to a Marine unit, did a lot of the background research, getting things done, and they also said they'd say thanks to Joseph's Jewelers for the help with the plaque.
Now, when you were talking about the Leominster Lions and the Fitchburg Lions, this incredible vision came to me that lions, the groups of lions are called a pride of lions. Could this possibly be the Turkey Day Pride Award?
Well, you know, we'll mention that to him.
Yeah.
That's,
It's better than calling it Rudy or something, right? Or Ruby.
Yeah, or Simba, the Simba Award.
I like that, Jack.
You know, that's a
Lion
good
King.
point.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
lion,
I did
pride
ask
of
them
lion,
if there was a specific name, and they kind of just said, well, it's the traveling plaque award from the Lions.
Yeah.
And
I mean, a traveling plaque, that almost sounds like a dental disease. You know, you know, I've got traveling plaque. What happened to him? Oh, he got traveling plaque. Yeah, he doesn't brush his teeth, lady. You know what I mean?
you know, Jack, we missed this humor.
Unbelievable. But anyway, you were talking about a serviceman that was involved with this. Now, I got to say this, too. We've got the technology nowadays to be able to stream these games all over the world. I'm going to make a concerted, is that the word, effort?
Depends on what you're going to do.
Well, concerted
Yeah.
effort, to get this game to be shown over the internet so that our servicemen overseas can participate in this. I mean, if they're worried about a few people not coming to the game, that's not going to happen, because when they come back, their kids are going to come, all their friends are going to come, all the people in their unit are going to come because they talked about it so much. Now I can start for next year to get this.
There you go.
Get that plaque going, baby.
Yeah, we're going to. They are going to actually present the plaque, and you'll see it on our screen now. Peter Lavoie in the blue jacket from the Leominster Lions, and Karen Connor Frajo of the Fitchburg Lions were instrumental in getting this plaque together, and is Coach Dubzinski and Athletic Director Chris Young, who is going to accept the plaque. And you can see the congratulations from Karen and Peter Lavoie. We had I don't know if we got a shot of the plaque before, did we, guys? No. It's a beautiful plaque. It's 36 different spaces on it where the names can be engraved with the score. And Coach Dubzinski is graciously accepting that plaque. And I was kidding Karen this morning. She came up to give us a little information on it. And I said, well, she's actually from the Fitchburg Lions. So I said, well, that means why don't they just put 36 LHS scores on there and we'll just keep it. And she says, oh, no. We're going to keep it in Fitchburg today. So Karen, remember we said we'd say this to you. Nah.
Oh, that hurts, you know.
No, she knows I'm kidding. They're two great people, and you see there's Pete Lavoie and Karen Connor Frajo doing a great job. So that is the plaque. That's going to wrap it up here. If any final words?
Yes, remember to floss often.
I don't know where to go. Larry, any final words?
It was a great year and a great way for the Blue Devils to end their year, and we'll see you next year.
Well, before I say goodbye to you for the Leominster High football season, we'd love to thank our sponsors for the final time during our football broadcast. We're going to bring them on with basketball and hockey. The Learning Curve.
I'm going to thank these guys, too, Ed.
Oh, I'm going to get to them. They're not getting away. I'm going to pick on them a little bit before we sign off. The Learning Curve, the Carroll's Insurance Agency, MP Crowley Company Incorporated, Garapi Furniture Corporation, the Il Camino Restaurant, Ken's Classic Cab, the Academy for Little People, Sal's Pizza, and Ferguson's Landscaping. And also, we'd love to thank all our production staff who's done such a fine job. And I'll tell you, if you ever watched my first broadcast that I did compared to what we're doing now, it's like NBC and ABC. One's no good, one's terrific.
NBC. I like Fox.
Fox is
Glenn
good,
Beck,
right?
You know.
Our producer and director, as always, Andre Koroskeni. Our replay producer, Ben Arsenal. Mark Lavassa on a game camera. Sean Reardon on a replay camera. And we've had AJ in our end zone cameras at one time. Ish for his great statistical work that Andre couldn't handle. But and everybody out there.
Andre couldn't handle
Everybody out there in LATV land, we hope you enjoyed all the football broadcasts. Please come back next year. We will see you during basketball and hockey. So from Ed Cataldo, Larry Bizzotto, and of course Jack Sully, any final word?
I enjoyed myself today working with you guys. It was nice.
It was fun to have you on board. As the Blue Devils march off Fitchburg Field with a victory today, we wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and good day.
Amazing. That is just one of an endless number of superlatives that can be used to describe those legendary Thanksgiving moments preserved in the archive of Leominster TV. Whether celebrating the thrill of victory or capturing the agony of defeat, all of us at Leominster TV have endeavored to embody this recent quote from NBC broadcasting legend Bob Costas, who said in his 2018 induction speech at the National Baseball Hall of Fame, quote, "While the game is the thing and the players are the stars, how those games are perceived and remembered is often shaped by those who chronicle them." That quote from Bob Costas sums up our mission and will continue to chart our course long into the future. The awesome responsibility of chronicling the Leominster-Fitchburg Thanksgiving Classic is a tremendous honor that all of us at Leominster TV are proud to be a part of. Thank you so much for joining us on this celebration of the rivalry, Classic Countdown. I'm Todd Robbins. On behalf of my producer, Kate Robbins, archivist Jack Selly, editor Bradley Bedard, and all of us in the Leominster TV family, until next time, so long, everybody.
Black coffee, I'm in trouble. Black coffee, I see trouble. Man, I'm not gonna get home. Black coffee, I'm so dizzy. Black coffee, please get busy. Oh, love me to get home. Black coffee, I'm in trouble. I'm so dizzy. I'm not gonna get home. Black Robin, I'm in trouble.